In this episode, Nikki and I take a trip to Michael's and we do a little yarn shopping. So as you can see, it is fall time and it is gorgeous out. So as I said, we went to Michael's and yeah, we had a good time there. And we all know what kind of time we're in right now. So we do have social distancing and mask, and I have the pleasure of having a Nikki mask. Look at that. Isn't that awesome? I love candy corn. So we started off in the yarn section. In fact, we only stayed in the yarn section. And the first thing we saw was this Bernat Toasty. And they had a lot of different colors to choose from. And yeah, most of them look pretty good. We liked most of the colors they had in stock. So you can see there they had like a velvet yarn there. And all the yarn there was buy one, get one, half off. So you know we had to take advantage of that once we were done. In fact, it was pretty good timing because Nikki and I have a November sock challenge that we've decided to do, and we were able to stock up. So there you go, look at that. Look at that huge ball of yarn there. I can only imagine what Nikki could do with that much yarn at hand. In fact, I think everybody should comment below, Nikki, make another scarf. Let's see what you can do. And I can hear her rolling her eyes right now. Now, I thought this was interesting. I've never worked with anything that chunky before. And Nikki was basically telling me this is something that you kind of use with your hands. So I might be curious in trying that out someday. I'm not real sure. And I know personally I've used that type of yarn before. If you check out our Instagram page at Yarn as a Second Language on Instagram, you can see some of the work I've done with that. Now, Nikki really loved that color. In fact, I think after we were done, she circled around 2 or 3 times. You can see it's a 350 for that ball of yarn. She circled around a couple times, but she did eventually come back and she couldn't refuse it, so she did end up buying that. I know personally, I don't typically look at that. That's pretty cool too. I don't typically go to Michael's to shop for yarn, and I don't believe Nikki does either. And there is some impeccable yarn for $3.50. But it was nice to go someplace different for yarn. There wasn't a lot of selection, not compared to other stores, but the selection that they had to choose from was really nice. I believe there is only 2 or 3 aisles of yarn, but like I said, they had really nice selection, and I personally really like that color. I thought that was pretty cool looking. In fact, I kind of regret not getting it now. That looks nice. That'd be a perfect hat or scarf color. That looks really good. So yeah, I was glad to get out to a different store and check out what they had. And I definitely will be going back to Michael's periodically when I do need yarn. Wow, look at that. That's loud and fun. I like that. Again, again, the time that we went, all the yarn was buy one, get one half off. That's pretty. I'd be curious to um, see what I can make with that soft and shiny type of yarn. I think something like a scarf would look pretty cool, or even like a baby blanket. And as you can see, we're in the Red Heart section now. And there's some Red Heart Soft Essential stripes. That's always fun to create items with. That looks pretty cool too. You know, while we were filming this, typically whenever I go to a store, is it just me or does it happen to everybody else? There will be nobody in the aisle, and then as soon as I go into it and I'm trying to look around, it's like I'm swarmed with people. Everybody floods that aisle that I'm in. Maybe I'm just crazy, I don't know. But while we were filming this, believe it or not, every aisle we went through was empty and it stayed empty. So I was quite surprised. And as you can see there, that's something new that I recently discovered. I never knew it kind of told you how many balls of yarn it would take for a project, and it gives you a good estimate on the package. I'm typically the type of person, oh, I like this, grab it and go. I never grab enough, and I end up having to go back. But I am getting better, and I'm learning. I'm learning slowly, but I'm learning. Nikki's a great tutor for me, and she's showing me all these little things that I've always kind of overlooked. And if you don't already know, Nikki is the expert to this channel. She is the yarn connoisseur. She is the knitting master. And she doesn't give herself enough credit for her crochet game. She can crochet quite well, but she's very humble, very modest, and I am not going to even tell her that I'm saying this. She'll have to watch it and find out, because I don't tend to give her too many compliments. Just a kind of a, we're not siblings, but a little sibling rivalry there. And that is a brand of yarn that I had never heard of. I'm sure it's quite popular, but it's not one that I am familiar with. But it looks very nice though. I don't know if we picked up, oh, no, I don't think we did. That blue one down in the middle, I thought that looked pretty cool. 354 yards, that's quite a bit of yarn for 350. And that's another brand that I was not familiar with. And while we're going through this, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Just takes a quick second, and it helps us out, and it will eventually help you out too, because YouTube will let you know when we do have another video out, and we don't want you guys to miss any videos that we have for you. We're constantly improving. Nikki and I are always talking about new and fresh ideas that we can bring to the craft world, and I'm super excited to show you all what we've come up with. So just hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you get notified every time we drop a new video. And if you like this sort of thing, hit the like button. That also helps us out quite a bit. We are very new to the YouTube. Oh, excuse me. We are very new to the YouTube game, but we are excited to be here. We're enjoying the process so far. Wow, look at that. That is, I don't know, personally, that would be a nightmare for me to work with, but it looks great. But we are excited to be here, and yeah, we enjoy doing this. So hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Also comment down below. Let us know, some things you might be interested in us doing. Especially Nikki, she's the brains behind all of this. I'm just more of a support. I don't know what I am right now, but I'm along for the ride. I'm the newbie. I'm the one that can relate to all the beginners out there. So here's a bigger selection of the yarn that we kind of saw at the very beginning. Sweet Snuggles. I love these names that these companies come up with. Between Sugar and Cream and Sweet Snuggles. I don't know, it just kind of makes me laugh a little bit. I really like that one. That looks very cool. I would love to make like a baby blanket out of that. I think that looks really cool. Elado. Now, we are called Yarn as a Second Language, and Nikki and I have talked about it in our podcast in the past. But helado means ice cream in Spanish. And I am the more, look at that, that's a good color combination there. I am more of the Spanish speaker in this dynamic duo between me and Nikki, but Nikki is the French speaker and learning Spanish. So we are called Yarn as a Second Language for a reason. Look at that. That's cool. Maybe one day in our podcast, Nikki and I will do a podcast where she speaks French and I speak Spanish. I mentioned wearing mask earlier. If you check out the mask that Nikki's wearing, maybe you can rewind 10 seconds or so. She also made that mask. In fact, all the masks that I wear is made by Miss Nikki. Now, this yarn right here, for me personally, I don't know about. We felt it. It didn't feel that nice, but maybe it will look good in a project. I'm not really sure. Now, this is a chart that I'm glad I took a picture of, because this will help me out and all the other beginners quite a bit. So I thought that was a really cool chart. So now we are over here where the storage areas are. And so there's two types of people. You got Nikki, who is very organized. She's got storage containers, and she's got bins and shelves for all her extra yarn and her knitting needles and all her supplies. And then you've got me, who just puts everything in like the Michaels or Joann plastic bag and throw it in the closet somewhere until I need it. So I'm trying to get better at this. So I really paid attention to what was out there in this particular aisle. And I will be investing in storage bins, maybe buy like a cheap shelf. But I am going to get better at this. So I'm really glad that I was able to look at this aisle here. Um, Comment down below, what kind of person are you? Do you are you like me, or are you just kind of like, if you're not going to use it right away, you toss it somewhere, but you know where it's at. It's organized in your mind. But do you just toss it somewhere until you need it, or are you like Nikki, who has like her own store in her craft room, her own, instead of Joann's, it's like Nikki's. She's got fabrics, she's got sewing machines and yarns and knitting needles and probably things I don't even know about. So comment down below, what kind of person are you? Now I will say, personally, I'm not spending $60, $70 for a cart like that. It might be worth it, but I'm a little more on the, let's just say, frugal side. And I think I could find something a little less expensive. And we went ahead and got back to the yarn. I don't know why these prices were covered up, but a lot of the prices were covered up. And if you notice, Miss Nikki is very diligent at making sure she organizes and puts things back in a nice, neat, orderly fashion. I don't even know if she realized she did that. I really like that yarn right there. That is pretty cool looking. I wish I would have picked that up. But yeah, I wonder if she realizes that she's putting things up neatly and orderly. And there's some alpaca, and that's a pretty good price for that. Yeah, okay. And there's some Wool-Ease. I've recently made a project with Wool-Ease and it turned out really nice. Again, check out our Instagram page. I made a hat with that Wool-Ease Thick and Quick. And it turned out really nice. I really enjoyed making it. It was a fast grower. And it turned out really good. I actually made a hat for my sister. So check out our Instagram page and you can see what it looks like. That's pretty fun looking. I like that. That right there is actually what I bought for that hat I was just talking about. That cream with the little bit of sparkle in there, that's actually what I ended up buying. And I was smart and I bought enough. I bought 2 balls of that, and I'm glad I did. Even though one hat or one ball did make a full slouchy hat. There's our sugar and cream. And if you watch our podcast, you know my obsession with the name, Sugar and Cream. And Nikki and I both end up buying that particular yarn right there. I made some washcloths with it, and you can also see that on our Instagram page. And I'm curious to see what Miss Nikki's going to make with it. I'm sure it will be much better than what I've created. goes a little bit crazy. She keeps getting some. She keeps grabbing them. And I told her to go ahead and buy all that. And we are wrapping it up, ladies and gentlemen. And while we get to the last bit, I just want to say thank you for clicking on this video. Again, if you like things like this, let us know in the comment section, and we'll continue to do things like this. And if there's something else that you would like to see, let us know. Excuse me. And again, we really appreciate you guys. You guys are awesome. We've got nothing but love and support from everybody. And this is a wonderful place to be in. I'm new to the crafting world. I come from the sports world, but I love you guys. You guys are great. You guys have been supportive. And make sure you check out our podcast and make sure you check out our other videos. And we really appreciate you guys. So we will see you at the next video.